Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, September 1st. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this would be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candle that you see right there will be moving around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. Stock number one here, ticker symbol TLRY. Talked about this one in yesterday's watch list video and how it was looking like maybe this pullback was over. And indeed it was, as got a huge move out of the opening gates. So for those of you that watched yesterday's video and took advantage of that consolidations, congratulations to you. But after today's movement with a nice surge here, definitely updates need to be done. And at this point, there's essentially a good solid little pattern here that has formed. So let's get this pattern into play. Adjust that a little bit more. There we go. And so there's a top part resistance of the pattern. Then we have the bullish part of the pattern right there. Let me change that as the support area. And then maybe to make this easier to see, let's try to keep it one color here. So we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the big upwards move right there. And then to make it that much more visual for you golfers, we'll put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. Now, while nothing is guaranteed, my point here is that is it valid? Is it plausible to think that if the price comes up to this area and then gets the break up through it, that break in and of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a plausible thought to have, especially if you just want to call it a self-fulfilling prophecy. Call it whatever you want. It's valid that the price, if it breaks up through there, could definitely pick up some more momentum. So if you like bull pennant patterns, you like stocks down below $5, definitely keep an eye on it. Next one, ACER, bigger pullback here on this one, but it does still have a chance to potentially, find some consolidation and then make another move up. So that's why I want to get in a place here, this trend line that you got to think a lot of people are watching, something similar to that trend line right there. So, and on the flip side of things, you also have this parallel line right there, so I'll change that. So there's no doubt about it, there is a downwards channel that has formed. Price hit those highs, and then has slightly been, working its way downwards. But as far as, in terms of big picture, what do those people care about? Well, as far as that's concerned, those people are going to say, well, yeah, fair enough, there is this downwards channel, but what was going on before this downwards channel happened right here? Well, there is this big explosion up like that, which has now given me the ability to draw a bull flag pattern. So previously, we just talked about a bull pennant pattern. In this situation, we were talking about a bull flag pattern. So again, if you prefer maybe bull flags, but you like stocks down below that $5 range, definitely keep an eye on this one. Next one here is CGC, another one of these marijuana stock companies that got some definitely good movement over the past couple of days. And like TLRY, another bull pennant pattern. So we have our resistance. And I'm going to go through this one quicker because I want to honor your time and not sit here and just explain everything. You've already heard me say it, but I will just map out the pattern nonetheless just to keep it. So resistance, support, upwards move there, golf hole down here. So ourselves another bull pennant pattern. The biggest difference here is this is on a penny stock. So if you prefer to play penny stocks more so and you like these sorts of patterns, then CGC, I'd definitely say to keep an eye on it for Friday. Next, NCNC had a very nice start to the day, made a move all the way up here, and then to think that some poor souls bought up there, and then from there, down it went. With all that being said, there is still an opportunity to show some signs of progress, which is what this is all about, in my opinion. You got to see signs of progress. How is a sign of progress being defined right there at $1.86? Why is that level so important? And I'm not saying this will occur, but for explanation's sake, if the price were to come down here, behave like that, and then just continue on down, what would that be doing to the price? That would quite literally be putting the price right back inside of this range where it just was. And not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that make big moves and then go right back to where they started, not exactly a sign of true, genuine power. Now, to be fair, though, no price can go straight up. So maybe something like this happens. Price comes down here, but in this situation, curls back upwards. Now, what would you have from the bigger picture? Well, you'd have a set of lows there. You'd have lows down there, and if you envision each one of those as stair-steps, well, now you have stair-steps progressing in the upwards direction. And again, that's what a genuinely strong move is going to do. Nothing goes straight up, but at least show signs of progress. And again, the quote-unquote sign of progress being staying up above $1.86. So let's see if the price can get that job done or not. Next one here, AMC. Pretty, a bad day, but The reason why it was so extra bad is that it started off the day acting like it wanted to be strong. Opening candle, had some move upwards, was behaving like it wanted to be, good, solid bullish day, and then the rest is history. And I just realized I am completely lying to you. This is not ticker symbol AMC. This is ticker symbol A. So let's try that again. There we go. Okay, so a much better looking chart. I was thinking for a second. I don't remember it being like that. But here we are with AMC now. Again, ticker symbol AMC. And still a bit of rough day. Had the gap up, and it did pull back. But again, this is, and I've talked about this, so I'm going to go through it quicker. Yes, today the price did pull back from where it opened up. But for those people that care about the bigger picture point of view, you'd say, well, what was going on before all this? Well, you had this nice size move upwards here. So really there is still a bull flag pattern. Now, I do understand that this is all about perspective, meaning if you're a scalper and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 7 minutes, well then yes, from that perspective, the chart looks really, really bad. But from the bigger picture point of view, again, you have the pullback, but you have the nice upwards move, so you have a bull flag pattern. So AMC currently with a bull flag. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online class that I'm offering. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then certainly get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box, or if you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage. Now, one special note, it is a genuine live event. So I understand maybe you already have something on your schedule this evening, or maybe you're watching this Friday morning and you've completely missed it. If you would like to see it, just go ahead, drop me an email there, clay@claytrader.com, and I can send you a link to the replay. All I ask is, again, because it's a truly live event, it's first got to happen, then I got to get it uploaded. But after that, I'd be happy to send you a link to the recording if you'd like to see it. But if you can make it live, then get signed up, and I'll see you here in just a few hours. Next one, ticker symbol MSOS, which is an ETF for marijuana stocks. So like some of these other ones, I probably should have put this at a different location because a lot of these other marijuana stocks have the same pattern. So I'm just going to go through that very quickly. But yes, we have ourselves another, now it doesn't look the exact same, but same general idea, bull pennant pattern. And just because I can't help myself, let me make it the same color. So resistance, support, nice upwards move here, golf hole down here. Now, the other big difference is this one is actually up above that $5 mark. I know sometimes people just like to avoid stocks under 5. So if you are somebody that falls into that category, but you do like the bull pennant pattern, so here you go, bull pennant pattern on a stock that's up over the $5 mark. Next one, TSLA Tesla, and very, very exciting movement going on right now as I speak. You can see the price is actually doing battle with this red line that I've talked about several times in the past, right up here at 260. I realize that says 40, but let's just round it up 10 cents and call it 260.50. And like I said, you can see that the price is currently doing battle with it, which brings about always a fun question to ask. Is the price going to be able to break above that level on Friday? And if so, does that break create a whole new wave of momentum? Now, to be fair, maybe it doesn't. Maybe no break happens, maybe no momentum happens, and it completely rolls back over. Completely possible. But to be fair, that is a two-sided coin, because it's also possible that, well, maybe it does break out and create momentum, and this thing starts to really skyrocket. So again, that is a very interesting question. That's what a watch list is all about. Finding unique, finding interesting situations, not rushing out and randomly buying stuff, but watching it and seeing how things play out. So if you find this interesting, if you find asking the question, okay, can the break happen, and will it lead to more momentum? If you like those sorts of questions, then definitely keep an eye on Tesla. If the price does pull back, then as far as supports are concerned, nothing new here from other videos. Still have the first level here at 250, and then down there at 248.50. But yeah, in my mind, all about that line. Can the price get the break and then get more momentum? We'll see what happens. Next one, PLTR, rough day today. And with the gap down with earnings and all that, all right, I'm not sure if it was earnings. I actually take that back. It might have just been a downgrade. But regardless, for whatever reason, whatever happened today, the markets took it as bearish. So certainly some updates need to be done. First update is just based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So if there is any sort of attempted bounce back upwards, first key battleground is going to be right there at the $15.70 mark. And I'm going to actually just go ahead and get rid of that level as it served its purpose for now. In terms of newer levels of support, now that the price has moved down, I think it may be, nope, I'm wrong. Didn't even come that close. I was going to say it looked like it came down here and bounced off this area where it has bounced off of before, down at the 1450 mark. But like I said, not even really that close, unless you want to count that as being close. But point here being is if the price does roll back over, then that's going to be the next key level of support that you're going to have to question on whether or not it can hold. For those of you that like to play patterns, in this situation, we have ourselves, and I'm doing this very crudely, but we have ourselves a bear pennant pattern. Now, let me be very clear. Just because something's bearish does not, in a bearish pattern, does not mean the price is going to go down. Just like because something's bullish does not mean the price is going to go up. But if you are somebody that likes to play bear pennant patterns, whether that's through puts or shorting or what have you, then this one definitely creates an interesting situation. Next one here, TIO, and this is a very difficult chart to talk about because is this a good or bad looking chart? Well, it really does depend. If you're one of those day traders, flippers, scalpers, and you bought right there, or maybe you bought right there on the dip, or maybe you bought right there on the dip, then from that angle, the chart looks really, really bad if you're looking to buy and sell within a few minutes or what have you. But if you do care about the big picture of things, then from all actuality, and I'm just making this up, but let's say the price comes down here and bounces off these moving averages right there, but I just extended that out to make this a little bit easier to see. So let's say the price comes down here, behaves like this, and it starts to curl back upwards. Now, emphasis here on big picture. From the big picture perspective, what do you have? Well, you'd still have a set of lows here. You'd have that low down there, and if you envision those as stair steps, then from the big picture point of view, you would still have stair steps making progress in the upwards direction. Again, I fully realize if you're a day trader and you bought right there, you don't care about these stair steps. So that's why I'm trying to distinguish between more of a day trader and somebody that's caring about the bigger picture point of view. So is this a good or bad looking chart? Like I said, that's all a matter of perspective, but definitely I would consider the muscle level moving forward, that pink line, which is the 200 period moving average, down there right around the $1.05 mark. Next one, TQQQ, which is an ETF that measures the NASDAQ market. So if you believe that the NASDAQ market as a whole is going to rise, this one will also rise. Biggest difference is that it just allows you access at a much lower price point. And good solid move here today. From a technical point of view, for those of you that have been watching the past videos, you know that we've been tracking the red line here as resistance at 42.20, but the price is now broken above it. And just basic technical analysis, when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support, and this is exactly what happened here. I mean, you could throw this right into a textbook. So level was broken right there. Price came up, pulled back, look right where it found some support before getting to the bounce back upwards. So 42.20 going to be that ideal level of support. Ideal meaning if you say, Clay, what makes this chart look the absolute strongest going forward? And that's if the price can stay above 42.20. Now, with that being said, don't get me wrong. It's not like if the price falls below there, that means the entire chart's epically destroyed or anything like that. But yeah, if the price can stay above 42.20, that'd be a great sign of power. From the bigger picture point of view, I think the easiest way to now just start to gauge this is via that purple line there, 50 period moving average, keyword being moving. So as time goes by, that line is going to move itself higher and higher. So it's basically like a trend line that's going to draw itself for you. So as long as the price remains above the quote unquote uptrending trend line, then you know that from the bigger picture point of view, the bulls are still in full control. In terms of next levels of resistance, nothing too complicated here. Just got to get ourselves a nice little trusty trend line in play here and to keep an eye on that moving forward. So keep an eye on that dynamic. But all in all, there we go. Anyway, look at it. Good move today. Higher highs and higher lows. And really at the end of the day, that's all I can ask for. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool and how it can and should be used for building consistency and managing risk, then I have the class this evening, Thursday, August 31st at 7 p.m. Eastern time. But like I said earlier, if you can't make it for whatever reason, then by all means, please go ahead, drop me an email, clay@claytrader.com. And after the event has happened and I get it uploaded, I'd be happy to send you a link to it. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, if you would like for me to continue to make these, please do two things for me. Hit the like button, leave a comment, say hi, tell me what you traded today. But those two things communicate to me that you're enjoying, and as long as you know you are enjoying, I'll continue to put in the time and effort to get this content out to you. So hit that like button, leave a comment, either drop me an email or get signed up for that class, and I'll see you here in just a couple of hours.